welcome to Firedog Studios Presents. Tonight we have Dennis Young of the legendary band Liquid Liquid. It's a pleasure to have you here in the studio with us, Dennis.
Same here, Tom.
We just want to chat a little bit about the band's roots.
Okay.
Kind of, how did it get started?
Well, it was originally started back in Rutgers. It started back in about 79, 80. I met these guys at Rutgers University. And it was originally started by Richard and Scott in the band. I came in for a jam session. I had a marimba, showed up, we jammed. A year later, 2 years later, I got involved with another little project they did. Before you know it, I was called in to do a little session work for them, and the rest is history.
Wow.
I got in the band.
You got the gig.
Just lucky.
It's great.
Right place at the right time.
So, who actually was the major songwriter, or how'd you guys come up with material?
We did a lot of jams, recorded a lot of stuff on tape. We took everything by grooves, and then songs just developed from a lot of jams. We really didn't go in with somebody coming in and saying, I've got a song. Everything was a collective jam session, and then we listened back, oh, we can try this, try that, and that's how it developed.
So what was the main instrumentation back then?
Well, which is the same today. We have drums, I play percussion, marimba, we have Sal who sings, and he also plays percussion, and Richard plays bass, and he also plays a melodica, and on one of the songs Sal plays bass, but the instruments are exactly the same today.
That's great.
Same players too, we're still alive.
The original members of the band.
We're still around.
Ah, and no guitars. Wow,
No guitar.
How about that? And I like the band, and I'm a guitarist.
No guitar.
And how about that? So where did you guys used to perform? Did you guys play at parties or something?
No parties. We played a lot of clubs in New York, Garage, the Mud Club. We did a tour of Europe a couple times.
Wow.
A lot of dance clubs at night, late night. We played sometimes 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, and basically they were like hour sets. That's it. We never played more than an hour. That was it. That was all you got.
That was written in your writer.
All you got.
1 hour. That's
all I could take. That's it. Even today.
So when did you guys first tour Europe?
That was 1982. We went over there for, like a couple weeks, and then we went back in 83, 84 for a month.
Wow.
So we played Switzerland, Germany, France, and a couple other countries, Italy. So that was pretty wild. So
yeah, definitely. Was that something that you guys set up, or did
no?
You have
Our
management?
record label did. We were part of the legendary 9 Records.
Wow.
Home to Bush Tetris, Glenn Branca, etc., etc.
Cool.
And they set up everything for us.
So, as a young band, I guess your main place of playing was New York City.
Right.
What were some of your musical influences back then?
I came from a real myself or the band.
Well,
I was listening to a lot of early German rock, like progressive rock stuff, like Can, New. I also listened to a lot of King Crimson at the time.
Wow.
That kind of stuff. A lot of progressive stuff, little jazz type of stuff. But a lot of progressive music back in the day. That's where I came from, my roots.
Now, you seem to have an arsenal of instruments up there.
Right.
I've recorded with you many times, and every time you seem to show up with something new.
Right.
So, what is your usual setup with Liquid Liquid?
Well, of course it's marimba.
Right.
Of course rototoms, which you don't see too much anymore. And then I've got about 9 cymbals now. Cymbals keep growing. And I got this crazy swirl cymbal I have now, which is very unique. And then I also play shakers, and I have my standard steel drum, which is now 30 years old. The marimba is also 30 years old. These instruments some of them are the same instruments that I've always used. They have to be. That's the only way you get the sound.
Yeah. Now, you guys, when did you actually stop playing? Was there a hiatus or something?
Oh yeah, 1983. We stopped as a 4-piece group. Me, Sal, and Scott played for another 2 years as a 3-piece group. We changed instruments. We went over to Europe with that. And then that was it until 2003.
Wow.
That was it.
20 years.
20 years.
And then what happened?
Well, we got together at Scott's house, and it sounded good. And we said, wow, this sounds great. Let's maybe do a one-off show. So we got this gig at the Knitting Factory. It went over great. And since then, we've been doing these we're a special event band.
Yeah.
We just don't tour. It's just like we do these special things.
Yeah. Well, who made that phone call in 2003?
Well, Richard Sal called me and said, let's just play and see what it sounds like. And amazingly, it still sounded like Liquid Liquid. The four of us together create something else that I can't create, and then, individually we can't come up with. It's just got a unique sound.
So 2003 to 2010, 7 years later, you guys recently played on the Jimmy Fallon show.
That's
the late night show.
Pretty amazing, right?
I got that email from you. I was like, wow, that is a fantastic gig.
We were about as shocked as you were.
Now, how did that come about?
We just got a call from the producer of the show and said, would you guys like to play? And then they said, would you guys like to play with the Roots? And we said, absolutely. And we showed up when they wanted us to show up. 10 o'clock in the morning on Good Friday.
Wow.
It's amazing. Still doesn't seem real.
That was great. That was a great show.
And
it sounded great too.
Then in the summer before that, we played that free concert at Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
With about 10,000 people there.
That's pretty amazing.
Outside. So that was amazing. So we had two amazing events.
That's a special event, I would say.
I mean, we've never played to this big of audiences, not in our day.
Did you ever think that you'd be playing in front of 10,000 people back in 1982?
I wouldn't think I'd be playing now with this band. I mean, more or less, I thought when it was over, it was over.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.